I was not, and am not like them. They wanted a rich, beautiful 30-year-old for him. A lady with a taller, overslept woman. Ah, I was just the young country girl who dreamed of her prince and found him. But it was just a moment, like in a fairy tale. Saga looking at him from the side, and I know that he is still devastated, and he can't forget me, and he regrets that it happened like this. I regret that I fell in love with this very person. I should have just had someone else in my life, and then he realized how much he loves and cares for me. And so my story ends. When I tell it to a friend or acquaintance, he immediately laughs and says it's a soap opera, and whether it's a soap opera or just my story is up to you, the readers. Then I hung up the phone and said to myself that how can there be so many heartless people in this world who do not care about their son's happiness and money and power. They did not care about anything else, not even for their own son. I was not ruining Kay and they themselves. Then I realized that this was the end of us. Some time passed. He didn't call me like he used to be cold towards me. And one day, he just wrote to me, "Baby, I don't want to hear and see you anymore." I immediately understood that there was something. I knew that he did not want us to be separated, that he loved me. I had faith and hope. But it was all over for him. And, he continued, but with hidden sorrow in his heart and face. Only I knew how he felt. I wrote to him, but no answer. I knew that no matter how much he hides it, he still loves me. Although he hid this pain from his friends and parents. I knew he was in pain, and that he was hiding it well. Only I didn't know how to hide it. I cried for months. I wanted to see him, to talk that I was ready for such a step, that he was the man for me. Time passed. I met another. He appeared in my life at a moment when I was about to collapse. It was like a gift from God. We got together. I didn't trust him. It was hard to trust him. I knew I didn't love him, but I wanted to forget Kay as soon as possible. But the past wasn't over. It was coming again without me feeling it. It came back. I heard from friends that he knew I was with someone else, and I decided to write to him. Because I realized that he didn't want friends to say my name in front of him, and I asked him why he hates me so much. He found out from friends that I was very happy. He asked me if I was happy with the pain in my heart where he stayed. I told him yes, I am happy. But I would be even more so if the man I love was by my side now. And I asked him, "Are you happy?" He answered no, but that doesn't matter anymore. I told him it would be different if he didn't hide his heart wound like that. I told him to see how many good friends he has that didn't see his pain, and how much his parents love him, that they too don't see how hurt his soul is, and how only mean, greedy and envious people are in his world. And so here is my story. Hello everyone. This is my first time writing to you. If there are any mistakes, please excuse me, ladies. I lived a simple and normal life. I was a babysitter. For one of my friends, a classmate, I looked after her children. I didn't have anything to do for a day, so I sat down at the computer. I registered on a dating site. There I met a man. He was 33, and I was 21 at first. We were just friends, but over time, we became more than friends. We fell in love. He was not from my city, and I had to travel on weekends. Time passed, and he decided it was time to meet his parents. Although I told him to introduce us and that it was still early, he decided it categorically. We took him to them, introduced me as his future wife. But when his parents found out that I was alone at 21, they decided that I was not alone for him. They were rich, wealthy people, and I was a poor nanny from the countryside. They thought I was with him for his money. They told him that I'm young, that I don't yet realize what step I'm taking. We sat down to dinner, and I couldn't put a morsel of bread in my mouth. They told him in front of me that I am not the only one for him, that I'm black, that I'm still young, that I want his money. But one day, as we were sitting at the table, and he took my hand and said he would be with me. But time passed, and he could not stand the tension. They did not speak to him for days. He came home from work and told me to pack on Sunday and put me on the train to go home. I asked him to do it with tears in his eyes, that if he leaves, it will be the last time we see each other. Sunday came, I begged him again and again, but he had firmly decided that I should go home to think things over for the two of us. After 2 hours we were at the station. When we arrived at the station and went down to the track, he confessed to me that he loved me very much, and this was a chance for us to move forward together. He said it was hard for him to watch his parents against us and us ruining ourselves. I told him that this was the last time we would see each other, and it was. I got on the train and that was it. My life was turned upside down. We talked on the phone. I asked him if he thought things over and if he wanted to be with me. He just kept repeating yes. One day, he just didn't call me or text me. Knew something had happened, and I was very worried. I called him, but he didn't pick up the phone. I wrote to him, and he didn't answer. I decided to call his home phone, but as always, his mother picked up. When she realized it was me, she told me to leave. Find you only press him, don't let him find. Look after your life there and leave him to live here with us. I told her that he loves me. She said he may love you, but after a while you will forget.